Okay, in this video, I'm going to go over a framework that I use to think about money problems, money challenges, that I think could be useful for any individual or family who's trying to improve his or her or its financial situation. And I don't know if I would glorify this with maybe a theoretical framework, but it's just a model that I use to think about money problems. And so I think of them in three levels: first order money problems, second order, and third order money problems. So the first order of money problems is basically your income expense situation, right? And obviously you want to maximize that situation or improve it such that your income exceeds your expenses. And in this domain, there's kind of little subdomains of how do you maximize your income, right? There's certain professional choices you might make or career choices you might make. There might be, let's say you're an hourly worker, you might actually throw more hours at your work. Or if you're a salaried worker, you may try to throw fewer hours at your work. And you may also want to think about diversifying away from your employer in terms of where you get your income. Remember, if you have one job, that's 100% of your income from that employer. It's a type of risk, type of fragility. So can you diversify and find additional sources of income? That's the income side of this first order of problems. And then the expense side is the other side, because you want to try and meet your economic needs efficiently and not waste money unnecessarily, and also such that the delta between your income and your expenses can grow and be productive in terms of savings every month. And so this may involve cutting down your debt expense, meeting your needs in a creative way, just getting more efficient at how you spend money. And there's a very useful book on this, Early Retirement Extreme, by Jacob Lund Fisker, and I'll supply some other resources to use in the other books and things to read in the description below this video. So this is the first order of money problems, and once you start to solve it, you're going to be consistently saving money month after month after month. And then this brings you to the second order of money problems, which I call kind of the investor layer or the capital management layer. And this is where you want to try and run your money as efficiently as possible once you've got consistent savings. So there's certain areas where you want to improve your sophistication and your expertise. You want to learn how to invest, what to invest in. You're going to need some expertise on tax policy and what types of accounts you may want to put capital in, what types of investments you may want to focus on or may want to avoid, depending on the tax backdrop that you're in. So these are different sort of subdomains in the second order of money problems. And then I like to think of kind of your final exam for the second order of money problems as what is enough capital, like how much capital is enough for you. And this gets to the domain of appropriate withdrawal rates, or another way to think about this is for X dollars in investment capital, how much annual income can I think about can be sustainably brought out of this capital or produced by this capital such that I don't need to be dependent on the labor market anymore. And I'll do a separate video probably just on withdrawal rates and how to think about that as well. So this is the second order of money problems. And then the third order is kind of where we get outside of just the family unit or the individual unit, and we start thinking of kind of civilizationally how to think about capital. And this is when you have enough capital or more than enough, what do you do then, right? And so perhaps philanthropy would be something you would pursue, or maybe you would start investing in specific businesses that produce certain economic goods, or you might start a company that not only produces some beneficial economic good, but also produces careers or professional opportunities for people, work for people. And so this is kind of the layer of being an investor, but also being maybe thinking philanthropically about how your capital can benefit everyone, or not just benefit you and your family, right? So these are the different tiers. And that third tier actually, if you look at, for example, the biography of John D. Rockefeller, you see all the mistakes that he made during his career of philanthropy. It's not an easy layer, and it's hard to know how to use your money and your capital appropriately to benefit people, because sometimes things look like they might be benefiting people, but they may not be. And some companies look like they're producing a valuable resource, but they actually aren't, right? And so this domain actually, and Ron Chernow's book, Titan, which is the life of John D. Rockefeller, is very, very interesting to look at the kind of the mistakes that Rockefeller made. And if Rockefeller can make plenty of mistakes in this domain, there's probably a lot for us to learn in this third layer of money problems as well. Okay, so this is how I think about it. And I guess another way to think about this construct is you can run all three layers at the same time. You can do philanthropy even when you're still working on your budget, your income and your expense situation. And obviously, as soon as you start saving capital, you're going to be running the capital management layer, the second order. And so in a way, there is sort of a process of graduating from one layer to the next, but really you're still going to be solving these problems like over time. You don't really graduate totally out of a layer. You're still going to be thinking about, do I want to continue to earn income, or to what extent should I be focusing on income? You're going to be wanting to make conscious decisions about what you spend your money on, no matter how much money you have. And then also, you can be involved in starting a business at any stage of your economic life, and you can be involved in philanthropy also at any stage of your economic life. So to some extent, these levels are kind of sequential, but also they do run in parallel. So this is just how I think about money problems. 3 different categories with their own individual subdomains. And I hope this helps you think about your process for helping you and your family meet your economic goals over time. So thanks as always for watching.